Okay, here it is. Here's the big question. And I've been wanting to ask this question for a long time. I already know the answer to the question, but I've had this conversation with my wife many a times. So this was a topic I wasn't really willing to discuss, but I feel like it sort of needs to be discussed because I feel like a lot of you dudes be fronting. So the question is, do men like female bodybuilders? I'm gonna just be straightforward and honest. I do. I actually love female bodybuilders. I love the way they look. I love the muscle. I love their determination. I love the effort that they put into, working out their bodies and really trying to set a mark in this world and be great at something. I feel like female bodybuilders get a lot of flack for what they do. I feel like it's not fair that they are treated the way they're treated and sort of pushed back into the shadows, so to speak. I feel like a woman, let me say woman, because I hate using the term female. I really hate that term. I don't know, it just annoys me. Because women don't go around calling us males, but every time we refer to a woman, we say female. I feel like it's like derogatory in a sense. I know it's a scientific term, but I feel like female is really used in a derogatory way, in a condescending way, in a chauvinistic way. So I'll try my best to use the term woman more than I say female. I love female bodybuilders. Whether it be bodybuilders, bikini, figure, fitness, wellness, it doesn't matter. I actually wanted to do a interview. I actually wanted to go around and interview a couple guys and ask them how they feel about female bodybuilders, women bodybuilders, girl bodybuilders. So look out for that interview because that interview is definitely coming. Once I get a better microphone for my camera, that interview is definitely coming. I'll just go around interviewing random people. I want to know how men feel about women on steroids and women who like to bodybuild. I was actually watching a video on Generation Iron with Jay Cutler. Just want to put this as a correction for my video. It was not Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler actually, he didn't necessarily endorse them, but he didn't necessarily shoot them down either. I'm sorry, it was not Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, I'm sorry. It was Dorian Yates.
The women's categories have got more and more muscular, and even though I'm a bodybuilder, I'm not a fan of women's bodybuilding. Great. I respect the work and the dedication that goes in, but I don't like the look. I don't like overly muscular look for women. That's just my personal opinion, ladies.
And he was saying how he doesn't like the women bodybuilders, the women bodybuilding division, because he feels like it's too extreme. He doesn't find it appealing. And I know in some aspect you have to find bodybuilding appealing, whether it be men or women. You have to find it appealing in order to be able to watch it. But I think when men say they don't find it appealing, they mean it in a sexual way. And this is the issue that I have, is that we think that everything that women do is supposed to be appealing to us. It's supposed to be appealing to us sexually. And if it's not, then it's not acceptable. And to hear that coming from a professional bodybuilder, I feel like he doesn't have a true passion for bodybuilding. Someone who has a true passion for bodybuilding, who truly loves it, is open to all aspects of bodybuilding, whether it be women bodybuilders, whether it be amputees, whether it be, handicapped people. I saw one guy, he was powerlifting with one arm. He was doing the snatch with one arm, and I just think stuff like that is amazing, that, you don't let anything hold you back from doing what it is that you truly love in this world. And back to the part about, us sexualizing women, I feel like, yeah, some of them look good. They are sexy, and that's a nice part. But for the women who want to take it to the extreme, I don't see anything wrong with that, because there's men who take it to the extreme. Look at the Dallas McCarvers and the, Nasser El Somebodies and even Jay Cutler, the Ronnie Colemans, and there's people who don't find that appealing, and I feel like it was wrong in a way for doing the exact same thing to women bodybuilders that people all across the board have done to bodybuilding for like the past 3 or 4 decades. Kind of pushed us into the shadows, said it was too extreme, all the muscles and veins and steroids. And I feel like he's doing the exact same thing, and he's not helping our cause as bodybuilders. Not only that, but I feel like a woman who is willing to sacrifice her physicality that most women care about. Most women care about their femininity. They care about their beauty. They care about, they want to be feminine. They want to be soft looking and stuff like that. They want to have curves and be smooth, and they don't want to be hard and hairy and muscular. And I feel like these women who are taking their bodies to the extreme to show us the limits of the female body, to show us how far the human body can truly go and push itself, I feel like that's a hell of a sacrifice, because had it not been for female bodybuilders, we wouldn't know that women were capable of getting that massive, that big, growing that much muscle. And I just think it's an awesome thing. It's kind of like the guy who took the first risk on the fucking tightrope between two skyscrapers. These people are pushing the limits of human potential, and they're showing us what's possible. Whether it's appealing to you or not, these people, I feel like we have to break out of that mindset. We look at, these women as sexual objects, and if they don't look sexual enough or feminine enough, we kind of just push them to the back burner and say, that's not attractive, I don't like that. Whoever said she was trying to attract you in the first place? Whoever said she was trying to be appealing to you in the first place? She may just be trying to be great at something. She's just trying to be great. And maybe that is her version of beauty, is having muscle and being strong. Not only that, but I feel like, guys give a lot of these women praise. A lot of these women who have fake asses, fake titties, Botox, lip injections, tummy tucks, lipo, they give all these women all the praise, but they won't give a female bodybuilder any praise. It's as if, they embrace fakeness more than they embrace a woman on steroids, because you got to think about it. The women on steroids, they're not getting implants. They're not getting surgeries. The muscle that you see is muscle that they've already had. They've just built it up to the point where you can actually see it. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't get muscle implants. They didn't get pec implants. They didn't get quad implants. They already had the muscle. The same muscle that God gave you is the same muscle that he gave a woman. It just so happens this woman worked her muscle to the point where you can actually see it now. You understand what I'm saying? But she doesn't get any praise, but the girl with all the fake stuff gets all the praise. Like, I'm not against the girls with the fake stuff, or if that's what you want to do to your body, that's you. That's your business. But what I'm saying is, same muscles that flex when you flex your quad, flex when she flex her quad. You just can't see it on her because she got a higher body fat percentage than you, because she's a woman. She don't have testosterone like you to build muscle. And that's another thing. That's what makes it even more amazing to me, is that she don't have the testosterone levels you have to be able to build the type of muscle that you built, yet she still has more muscle than you. And she was able to build it up to the point where she has more muscle than most guys. And I just think that's an amazing thing. That's an admirable thing. I would have to say I am more inspired by female bodybuilders than I am by male bodybuilders. The first male bodybuilder I was inspired by was Ronnie Coleman. That's who just inspired me to get into bodybuilding, period. And then I saw a few videos with Lee Haney and stuff like that. But then I started getting more into the female side of bodybuilding, and I was just shocked because some of these women, they have more definition in their backs than I do. Like the Shanique Grants, and there's this other girl that I follow. Her name is Sandra Grajales. And her back muscles are just fucking insane. You know, and I just look at these women like, if her back looks like that, if her quads look like that, there's no reason why somebody like me with the levels of testosterone I got in my body naturally as a man should not have a physique like that. So I feel like women bodybuilders inspire me a whole lot more than male bodybuilders do. Not to mention, I got 4 daughters. So I know me being a bodybuilder, at some point, at least one of my daughters out of all 4, at least one of them is going to want to be a bodybuilder. At least one. You know, I just found out my 11-year-old, she's been doing squats on the low without me knowing about it. I didn't know about it till we were at the park one day. She was walking towards me. I saw all her muscles in her leg flexing. I'm like, what the hell have you been doing? Because she's skinny. She's my skinniest child. And, you know, I think she's tired of being skinny. And she's been doing squats and working out on the low. You know, she hasn't been saying anything, but she was like, you know, she told me she's been working out every day, you know, and that just made me feel really good. But I know at least one of my daughters is going to want to be a bodybuilder, and she may not want to take it to the extreme or anything, but I know at least one of my girls is going to be a fitness girl, you know? So I feel like it's important that I speak on this stuff because I feel like there's not enough light shed on women bodybuilders. They're not given enough credit for the actual hard work that they put in. Forget how they look. Forget how sexually appealing they are or are not to you. You have to think about the amount of work that these women put in. Think about the work that they put in to make their bodies look like that. To have to build that amount of muscle as a woman is insane. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't respect anything else, you have to respect that. And, you know, I feel like a lot of you guys, you know, will sit and talk publicly like you don't like female bodybuilders. But I think you do. I think you like it more than you think you do. And I think a lot of guys are scared because they're not comfortable with their sexuality. A lot of people say, you know, female bodybuilders look like men and this, that, and the third. So if you say you like a girl that looks like a man, then that makes you somehow not a heterosexual. If that is how you feel, then that's your own personal psychological barrier that you're dealing with. That's something you have to deal with. But you ain't fooling nobody, okay? I know you like that shit. I know you like the Vivi Winklers and the Bahar Nabivas and the Yanits and the Yarishnas and the Shanique Grants. We know you secretly like them, okay? They got a lot of followers, and it ain't just women that's following them, okay? So you could be honest. You like that shit. You wanted to put you in a headlock, don't you? You wanted to crush your head like a watermelon with them big quads, don't you? Yeah. Stop playing. You ain't fooling nobody. Anyhow, you know, they got all these channels out there. These women are starting OnlyFans with muscle worship and stuff like that. And I'm not into that kind of stuff. That's just not me. But these things really exist. So who's paying these women to watch them? You do like it. You just trying to keep it a secret because you're uncomfortable with yourself. I'm not uncomfortable with admitting that I like female bodybuilders. You know why? Because I'm not looking at them in a sexual way. I'm looking at them as people. That's the problem that we have, is that we look at these women in a sexual way instead of looking at them like people. She's just a person that want to do something great in this world. She's just a person that want to have muscle, you know, and I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it. I feel like all it does is make our community as bodybuilders more diverse. You know, we're not just limiting ourselves. And I feel like women bodybuilders don't get the credit that they deserve. You know, yeah, they take steroids and stuff like that. There's actually this one lady that I follow, and I love her physique, man. She looks great to me. Her name is, well, I don't know her name, but her name is her YouTube channel is 305 Protein. And I like her. I like the information that she gives on steroids, because when you look at it, there's not a lot of channels on steroids for women, you know, and I know a lot of women want to take steroids, they want to take SARMs, but they hear all these horror stories, they read the bullshit that they see on Reddit, you know, and you got girls that don't necessarily get certain side effects, but they don't come out and talk about this because they don't want anyone to know that they're on it. You know, these bikini girls and, you know, these you know, figure girls or whatever. They don't want anyone to know they're on steroids, or they might be under a federation that doesn't allow them to talk about it. So I feel like women bodybuilders there should be more light shed on them. I feel like if more men came out and were honest about liking women bodybuilders, you know, there'd be a bigger stage for them. You know, there'd be a bigger stage for women bodybuilders, because it's like, right now, as far as, you know, what the market looks like, it's like if a woman don't have these massive glutes and showing her body and her fake breasts, and as long as she's somewhat slim, somewhat thick, but not too muscular, then it's acceptable. But if she's too muscular, then it's like, ugh, you know? And me personally, I think it's wrong, because these women they may not necessarily be trying to be sexually attractive. They may just want to be great at something. Not everybody out here is trying to be sexually attractive with everything they fucking do, you know? And that's the issue that a lot of people have now. Everyone is so sex-based, and, you know, they want everything to be sexy. You know, if it's not sexy, then I'm not doing it, you know? And that's just the wrong way to look at things. If you look at people from a sexual viewpoint all the time, you can never think accurately. Your thinking is wrong, because you're not looking at them like a human being. You're looking at them like a sex object. And that's one reason why I didn't want to get into bodybuilding. I told my wife even that I didn't want to get into bodybuilding because I didn't want anyone to take my body and sexualize it. I got 4 daughters. I don't need these people fucking taking my pictures and putting them up on their fucking, you know, Zaddy page and all of this shit. Your fucking Zaddy fan page and fucking you know, bedroom crush men page and all of this shit. I didn't want anyone sexualizing my pictures, so I was actually apprehensive about even posting my first picture with my clothes off. Like, it's something I didn't want to do. I talked to my wife about it. I've never been that type of dude. If anything, I'll take my shirt off, but to just be posing in underwear was something I didn't want to do, because I'm not a sexual person. I'm not somebody who wants to be sexualized. I got 4 daughters. I know they're going to be on social media one day. Some of them, my oldest one, she on social media now. My 2 oldest, they got TikToks. You know, and I don't want them seeing their dad in a sexual way. It's just not, no, it's just nothing. It's just something I'm not with. So, but anyways, I just wanted to express my views on it. Express my views on women bodybuilders. I feel like they're not given enough credit. They should be given more credit, which is why I'm going to be talking more about female bodybuilders, women bodybuilders on this channel. Because there's not enough light shed on them. They don't get the credit they deserve. And I'm also going to be doing interviews asking other men how they feel about women bodybuilders. Because I know a lot of y'all out here just secretly, you just holding it all in. You know, it's like back in the days, the guys who used to act like they didn't like fat girls on the low, you know? They didn't like fat girls, but they at night hugged up with a fat girl, you know? Like, because she warm and she soft, you know? That's no shot against fat girls, but I feel like a lot of you guys just be out here fronting. Anyhow, that's it. I just wanted to get that off my chest. So I'm going to be bringing a lot more content concerning women bodybuilders. I told my wife a long time ago, she knows, I still tell her to this day, it's something I'm passionate about. I feel like should be talked about more. You know, and as somebody who is in love with bodybuilding, like I said, I embrace all aspects of bodybuilding. It doesn't matter what it is. I just love bodybuilding. I love muscle. I love the fact that people can take their bodies from nothing and turn it into something magnificent. Like the fact that you can just work a muscle and it'll grow is just amazing to me. The human body is amazing to me. Ever since a little boy, when I was 10 years old, my brother, he was 3 years older than me. And he was in biology class, and I would take his biology books. I would just study his biology books on the human anatomy, And, I'm into, mind science. I'm just amazed by the human body and the things that it can do, and I always want to test my limits, and I want to see other people test their limits, test the limits of human potential. I see, like the TV show, what is it? Like My 600-Pound Family or something. Like people may think that's unhealthy. I think it's unhealthy too. But to think that there are people out there who can be 600, 700, 800 pounds and still alive is just amazing. To even think that the human body can stretch that far is fucking amazing. Like, and still be alive. That shit is fucking mind blowing. And every time you think somebody hit the limit, this 800-pound dude, here comes somebody else that's 802 pounds. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, the human body is fucking limitless. When you think there's someone, the tallest person in the world, 8'4", here comes somebody who's 8'5". You know what I'm saying? It's just like, smallest person in the world, fattest person in the world, skinniest person in the world. People who suffer from anorexia and stuff like that, it's a sad thing to see. But to know that the human body can get that fucking thin and still be alive is crazy. And I think the people who sacrifice themselves to show us how far human potential can really go, I think those people deserve a round of fucking applause. Because they're willing to put their own life and health and everything at risk, whether consciously or subconsciously, to show us how far the human body can go. And that is just an amazing thing. I love bodybuilding because I was first in love with the human body. And I think if you're not in love with the human body, you're not a true bodybuilder. You just want to look good for the girls and have muscle and get all the praise and glory and all of this shit. You don't truly love bodybuilding. Me, I love everything about bodybuilding. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing that I don't love about it, except the eating part. I don't really like eating that much. But as far as working the muscle and building the muscle and all different muscles of the body, I am intrigued with every single part of the human body. That is just me. Like, my love for bodybuilding came from my love for the human body. That is the root of what I do, is my love for the human body and human potential. So, anyhow, like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you like female bodybuilders, women bodybuilders. Fuck. Women bodybuilders. I'm being a hypocrite. But I'm so used to saying female, but women bodybuilders, it don't flow as smoothly as female bodybuilders, but I hate the word female. But women bodybuilders. If you like women bodybuilders, leave it down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me do you like the bikini girls, fitness, wellness, physique, figure, bodybuilding? What do you think is too extreme? Do you think there's any such thing as too extreme? Leave it in the comments. I'm open to all opinions, but I'm just giving my opinion on what I think. I think a lot of you dudes is fucking fronting. You like that shit.